What's up, everyone? And yeah, we have another tier list for the April 2022 format, and definitely a lot of things have been going on. Like, we've been seeing a lot of crazy deck builds. Like, we've been seeing 60 card deck lists, something I never would have thought. And yeah, I guess let's just get right into it. As you can see here, I got the tier 1, 1.52 rogue, and everything else. And here we have essentially the decks that have been, or essentially like the best decks of the format, ones that I've also seen top. Some of them are very surprising. Obviously, probably 2 weeks down the road, this isn't going to be accurately reflecting because the format is just changing so rapidly. Like a deck that is, I might think it's tier 1.5 now, might think it is rogue later. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. So the first one, Blackwings actually got top, don't know how. Still, they just don't have enough power to really compete with the current metagame. I'd say that one top was more to luck. Infernoid, that's really hard to rank because Infernoid, that's depending on the format. If it's a format where DD Crow is popular, then Infernoid is going to be pretty good. If it's not, then it won't be. And I feel like Infernoid is good against some decks. Like, it's good against Cyber Eldritch, it's good against Phantom Knights, or Dragon Link as well. But it's not good against Flundries and Sword Soul, so I'm going to put it in everything else, because it might get like another top or two. That's just how Infernoids are. Now this one, I never would have thought to have topped. Abyss Actors. Not just one, two. Two Abyss Actors topped the Las Vegas regional. If you don't know, I did a deck profile on one of them, because I was actually able to meet them and get like a profile of it, so links in the description. Honestly, I don't really know much about Abyss Actors. I'm going to put it in the rogue for now. Like more like a high rogue. It could be borderline tier 2, but I just don't know enough about Abyss Actors to really properly rank them. If they start getting more tops, then I will definitely move it up accordingly, but as of right now, I'm just going to put it in the safe rogue category. Adding this turn, got another top. My opinion of the deck has not changed. It is a very glass cannon kind of deck. Unfortunately, if you can break through the boss monster, there's not really going to be a whole lot else. And breaking through the boss monster isn't especially too hard, because it's something that Flunders can take care of with absolute ease. And I definitely would say it's probably not as strong as like Abyss Actor, because Abyss Actor got two tops. Agnestor, I've only seen the one. Tri-Brigade. This one's really hard. I want to put it in like a tier 2, but I'm actually going to go with... I'm just going to put it in a tier 2, like a very low tier 2. Like, it's getting tops here and there, but it's kind of just falling out of favor. Dragon Link? It's between a tier 1.5 and a tier 2. It's seeing play, yes, but not like a large amount that you might think. Like, I've seen a top here and there, so I'm going to put in tier 2. Actually, I'm going to move the Tri-Brigade down to rogue, because it's not doing as good as Dragon Link. Dragon Link is a deck that, honestly, in a couple weeks, I could definitely see it go up to 1.5, or it could also go back down to a rogue. But for right now, I'm just putting it in the tier 2 range. Probably like a high tier 2. Mutants. Fun deck, but I don't think they can really recreate the top. Flundries. Definitely a tier 1.5. It's definitely one of the better decks of the format, which I knew it would happen. Actually, at the Las Vegas Regional, I actually played Flundries, and I came very close to actually topping it. I probably could have topped, but during the last match, I just gave the win to my opponent because I'm just like, you know what? I'd rather get all these contents, the deck list for you. I hope you appreciate the sacrifices us content creators go through. Because the person I gave the win to actually ended up getting the last spot. Well, I got content out of it, so it's fine. Cosmo. Topped, but I don't really think that's going to repeat. Cosmo is very kind of iffy kind of deck. It plays a little bit similar to Sky Strikers. If you can break their board, then it's pretty easy to go right through them. Virtual World, I had this in, I think, tier 1 or 1.5 last time, but it's kind of been just going down to where I think it's like a low tier 2. Feel comfortable with that. Morphtronics got a top. Don't know how, but they did. Definitely a high. Honestly, I'm gonna put it in the everything else right now. Morphtronics is a deck that could probably repeat that success, so I kind of want to put them a little bit higher, but I'm not sure if like I'd want to put them higher than Attic Minister. Because the one advantage to this deck is it can be a very bit of a gamble deck, but it does lack once per turn, so Guru top, but what's new? Lunalight Tri-Brigade. Honestly, I'm going to put this in the same as the regular Tri-Brigade. Like, I feel like people are kind of not really giving Lunalights the kind of respect that they deserve, because they can very easily top. In fact, I mentioned it last time, but I topped the Lunalights Tri-Brigade. So they can definitely compete. Sadal, Dogmatic, Invoked. I'm not really seeing it too much, honestly. Which I'm happy, because I'm sick and tired of this deck. I feel like I'm going to put it in the tier 2. It'd be a very low tier 2. Plunder Patrol. This is also one that's hard to kind of guess, because it's topping occasionally, but I don't know anything about Plunder Patrols. I don't know how the deck functions the slightest. So I'm going to put it in the Rogue for now, but if it continues to, like, see more play, then it will definitely go up. But this is definitely one that could end up in the tier 2 range. Frog Pelio got top, but that's not going to repeat. Salamangrates. It's a nice Rogue strategy. You'll see it from here in time, but it just doesn't have enough power yet. I feel like as they continue to bring Salamangrates off, it could see more play. Definitely bring Mirage Salad to 3, Circle to 3. Honestly, you could probably even bring Gazelle to 3. At that point, I might put it in like a tier 2, maybe tier 1.5, but for right now, it's going to be in a Rogue category. Sky Strikers. This one, like Dragon Link, is kind of hard between tier 1.5 and 2. Would I say it's as good as Floowandereeze? No. It's not topping as much, and doesn't really have enough power to go toe-to-toe. So I'm going to put it with Dragon Link at high tier 2. I wouldn't say it's like one of the best decks of the format, which I would consider Floowandereeze one of the best decks. But it's definitely a deck that you do need to keep an eye on and know how to play against, because you probably will see a Sky Striker, because it can top, and it has. Phantom Knights. You know, I thought they'd be doing more. Rogue. Honestly, Phantom Knights, they just aren't impressing me right now. Oh, I went against one in the Las Vegas Regionals, and I ended up winning that match. Like, they just, I don't know why, it just feels like something's missing. Like, something's just not working with that deck. It can top, but I feel like people are kind of going away from it and just going more to the prank kids route. Dino's top, but again, I'd say that maybe it's a good rogue deck. A solid rogue deck. That's probably all. If they bring Mists back, which honestly I didn't think miscellaneous swords need to be limited in the first place, then it's probably go up. But without it, it's not going to be higher than rogue. Exorcister. Right now, let's go into everything else. Got a top a while back, but I just don't think it's going to continue to get tops, at least until the new cards come out. DDD. This one's hard to tell. I'm actually going to put it in a tier 1.5. Like a low tier 1.5. I'd say it's definitely got a little bit more power than decks like Dragon Link and Sky Strikers. A lot of people don't know how to exactly play DDD or play through DDD. It's not exactly the easiest deck to learn because it's a very difficult deck to learn. And I think that's one of the reasons as to why it's not seeing as much play as it possibly could. But it is definitely a very annoying deck because it's got an in archetype Snatch Steal. Have fun with that. Next is Despia. This is being recorded before the structure deck release, so I don't know. People are really hyping Despia up. I don't really know how Despia plays. I haven't really gone against it too much, so I can't really accurately rank it. So take this one with a little bit grain of salt because I just don't really know. I'll put it in a safe tier 2 for now. People are hyping it up like it could be like tier 1, tier 1.5, but until it comes out and it actually does something, I'm not going to put it too high. I'm just going to put it in a safe spot. Heroes. They top, but they're always going to get a top here, a top there. But these heroes, they're easy to take care of because they got so many weaknesses. Something as simple as an Ash, Nibiru, Troll. So many things that can really hurt it. Like hand trap heavy format is just not going to be good for heroes, which is kind of what we're in now. Crusadia Adventure got top, but that was the one. Don't expect it to repeat. Same for Unchained. Actually, I recently went against Unchained. What deck was I using? I think I was using Magical Muskets against them. I don't remember. But definitely didn't really impress me too much. It needs like one more, maybe Link 2 or 3 monster. And it's definitely got a lot of things that it can do, but it's just not quite there yet. Vampires, they got a top, but I just don't see that continuing. Zombies, I'm going to put in a rogue. I feel like it's just a solid rogue. Although when the Mayakashi stuff comes out, I definitely can see this going up higher. Machina. Again, another rogue strategy. Live Twins. I've been seeing a small Live Twin resurgence. So I definitely going to put this in the rogue because it can definitely do a lot of cool things. Vylon got a top. How? Honestly, I thought this deck was one of those like decks that was just unplayable, but I guess someone pulled it off. But let's be real, that's not repeating. Drytron, solid rogue deck. The Loss of Evo, pretty much just put it down. Eldritch. Now, Cyber Eldritch has definitely been seeing a lot of play. Very It's a very weird kind of deck. Definitely going to put it in a tier 1.5. I really hate putting Eldritch that high. Because Eldritch is so annoying. Although the Cyber Eldritch, you know, that's more tolerable. Stronger for some reason. ABC. Or to be more clear, Adventure ABC. ABC's been seeing some play. Staying top here, top there. This is actually my current deck for the format, and I'm actually trying to tweak it around a bit. Honestly, I'm going to put it in a low tier 2. I would put it in Rogue, but it's my favorite deck, so I'm giving it the favoritism bump. Honestly, this deck is definitely one you do need to keep an eye on because it can very well compete. And obviously it can use the Adventure engine, which can just allow its place to go through the challenge. That's one of the benefits. Dynamorphia. Honestly, when Battles of Chaos or what's Dimension Force? I don't know, the set coming out next month. I think it's going to have the new Dynamorphia support. We don't know for sure. But the new Dynamorphia card is insane. And it's an advantage to get a top even without it. For right now, I can't put it any higher than Rogue, but this deck definitely has potential for tier 1.5 and tier 2. Sword Soul. Tier 1.5. I figured like outside of one of the others, Flunderies and Sword Soul are kind of like the best decks of the format. Sword Soul is really good. You make cards like Baron de Fleur, Shishao very easy. There's a Destiny Hero Adventure kind of build, like one of those where you just play it in a Phoenix Enforcer, Adventure Engine, a bunch of hand traps and stuff. Like not really an archetype, but just a bunch of good cards kind of put together. Honestly, I can definitely see people trying that out and trying to make something like that work, which is terrifying. And last but not least, Prank Kids, the easy best deck of the formats. This deck's seeing lots of play, and it's definitely one you're going to have to keep the biggest eye on. So that's it for my tier list rankings. Let me know. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Although there's going to be someone who disagrees with it, because there always is. Even though half of this is kind of just what I think. But that's going to be it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video I make. Bye.